I'm with Ashley and Lee here at Truth and Consequences for our freshmen. Ashley, I personally heard your all's testimony and it was really touching. Can you tell us exactly what caused you to be here to tell all of our freshmen here your experience?
I completed the drug court program at the beginning of this year, and after completing that program they asked if I would like to come and share my message with the high school students, and I said absolutely. Anything I can do to help somebody not to go down the road that I went down, I'm more than willing to do that.
Well, thank you so much. It's truly great what you all are doing here today. What made you come down here today?
I come down because I wanted to try to help kids. I think that it is important for me to try to help anybody that's suffering from alcoholism or drug addiction. And if I can help one of these kids today, to help them in their life, and that's really important to me, and that's why I came down.
Thank you so much for talking to us today. I'm here with freshman Shelby White from Washington County High School. Shelby, what kind of things have you learned today from today's Truth and Consequences event?
Well, I learned the consequences of what happens if you take prescription drugs that are not prescribed to you, and what happens to your family, and basically the whole story of what would happen. It's not fun.
Okay. What do you think about this Truth and Consequences program? Do you think it's beneficial to freshmen?
Yes, I think it helps us learn what will happen if we do what they think, like the prescription drugs, and it prepares us for the future if we do choose that route, and they try to convince us not to, which is a great idea. So.
Okay, well, thank you for talking today. I'll let you get back to your event. I'm here with Isaac Yates, freshman of Washington County High School. Isaac, would you care to tell us what kind of events that you've participated in today here at Truth and Consequences?
I was under the influence of marijuana, and I was at a party and I agreed to have sex with someone I just met. After several weeks, I just noted pain with urination.
Every student has been given each individual scenario, and what exactly do you do after you get your scenario?
You go to either the health department, the hospital, and pharmacists to see the consequences and all of the events that take place.
And one more question, what do you think of the Truth and Consequences event for freshmen? Do you think it's beneficial for the students here?
Yes, I do, because freshmen need to be aware of this.
I'm here with Judge John Settles here at the Truth and Consequences event. Mr. Settles, would you care to give us your opinion about the Truth and Consequences event going on today?
Well, this is my second year. I know this is the second year for the program, and I was so impressed last year with the response from the young people, the freshmen at Washington County High School. I think it really opened some eyes. Maybe they understood some of the consequences, but maybe not the magnitude. So that's the reason that I came back this year to another group, another learning experience for them. Hopefully, by going through this program, it'll keep one or hopefully more out of some of the consequences that they're thrown into. So I think it's a great program.
I agree as well. And what exactly do you do here at the Truth and Consequences? What's your position?
This year I'm a parent, so I've been given anywhere from 1 to 3 children, and I take them around to the different stations according to what crime they have committed and where they have to go after that. So I'm actually a little more involved than I was last year. I was a group leader last year.
That's great. Are you enjoying being a parent today?
Yeah, it's very different. I did not get to see the different stations last time. This year I'm getting to go to all the stations. I just came from jail just a minute ago. That was quite an experience.
But you've never experienced jail with your kid before, have you?
Fortunately not. I've not had to be here with my own child.
That's great. Oh, thank you for talking to us today, Mr. Settles.
Thank you all for being here.
Okay. I'm here with Richard at the EMS at Truth and Consequences for our freshmen. I saw your presentation here, and it was great. It was very entertaining, and you present the information very well. And can you tell us your strategy behind that?
The strategy behind it is pretty much just get them all relaxed, let them have a good time, but at the same time let them understand that it's reality, and that I've only been doing it for 8 years and I've seen it more times than I want to see it, and I just wanted them to understand that it's reality. It can happen. Yes,
that's very true. What do you think about the Truth and Consequences event?
I think it's a good program. This is the first year that I've got to do it. I would love to see the other side, but I enjoyed it. It's like I was telling some of my coworkers, out of all the kids that we've seen today, if one goes home thinking about it, my job's done.
Yes, very true. Is there any other comments that you'd like to make about your presentation today and about the kids that you've presented to and how beneficial this is for our freshmen and other students at Washington County?
I think it's a good thing for them to see. I really do. I myself would enjoy doing it more. I think that it's something that not just freshmen, that everybody should see at some point. I think that the information we gave, as dramatic as it is, it's actually good to hear it and see it.
I'm here with Mr. Isaac Fry. He is one of the directors of Truth and Consequences. What exactly goes into this program?
A lot goes into it. We have a lot of work planning. We meet about 4 or 5 times just to get ready for this event. When I say we, I'm talking about a committee. We work with the high school principal, high school counselor, and then we work with Extension Office, Roberta Hunt, 4-H agent, then people out of our office, Wilma Sorrell, who's the coordinator with the Washington County Heartland Youth Coalition. We also work with our Frisky people, and they provide, they help get the information out to do the surveys. The freshman teachers, the freshman academy, we work with them. We work with all of the different agencies that you saw here today, whether it be law enforcement, the judges, the EMS people that are doing a fantastic job here today. Work with Gary White with Channel 6. We work with the Springfield Sun. We work with Judge Amy Anderson. We got her on board with us today. The jailer, Washington County jailer, the Washington County circuit clerk gave us the opportunity to do and have this event at this location. This event or this location is a fantastic place for us because we have so much available to us facility-wise with the rooms, the Sally Port down here where the EMS are set up. We work with our local ministers. We work with the local community, with homemakers from the Extension Office. It's just tons of people, a lot of volunteers that help make this possible today.
Yes, it's a great program. I'm a junior and I wish I could have gone through it my freshman year. You are the one who discovered this program. What exactly did you do to introduce it to Washington County?
I initially saw this program, information about it, heard information about it in Lexington 2 years ago at a leadership symposium over there, and it was on prescription drugs. And one of the presenters, Christine Nutzman, was talking about this program. So I asked, after the meeting was over, I asked questions about it. I became interested in it and wondered if we could do something like this here. In order to get firsthand information about that program, I went to Clinton County, Kentucky, and I saw them actually put on a presentation down there. And when I saw that, I said, we have to bring it back to Washington County. And so we invited, after that, I came back, presented the idea to my supervisor, and then talked to some other key people here, the ones that I just mentioned, with the high school, the Extension Office, and of course the school board, law enforcement. Talked to them about, what they thought about it, if it was a possibility, if they thought it was a go. Everybody was 100% for it. And then once we got together and we start putting people together, putting people in place, everybody just kind of fell in and did their jobs, did their assignments, and we put it together. Last year was the first year. We thought it was a huge success last year, and this year is even better. Even though we're kind of down on people, volunteers and agencies, everybody has a lot of things going on, sickness going on in families, but the people that came, they have just really stepped in, and really made this a go today. And I'm really happy with what I've seen. EMS has done a fantastic job with their presentation. I didn't get to hear our speakers today, but I'm sure they did. All of our presenters are scenarios, activities upstairs as far as our agencies. They're doing a fantastic job today.
Do you predict that the Truth and Consequences event will be held years to come?
I believe that this program will find its place on the calendar every year. I think some people have said, like, maybe we'll just do it every 2 years and we don't want it to get old. But just like you said, you missed it. And what you saw today really had an impact on you. I think the freshman class is a great place for us to be able to hold this event. And if we can just give our kids some of this information, if they gather, if it's from something from the EMS or something that happened upstairs that was said or done up there, impacts or touches their life, then it's worth it. And I just like to see it continue. I may not be able to see it continue myself, but my feeling is that it has possibilities of continuing every year. Doesn't cost us much, maybe a couple of $100, and even that got us donated back today.
This is a great program. We really appreciate you bringing the idea to Washington County, because I think that it's definitely beneficial for students here.
Yeah, and I have to say I couldn't do it it's not something I've done by myself, and it took all of us to do it, and the cooperation. That's one thing about the cooperative spirit here in Springfield and Washington County. You got people that are really willing to jump in and help, and people from surrounding counties came. We had people come from Campbellsville. I saw some visitors here today from Lebanon. They're thinking about doing this event in Marion County. So it's really catching on. And we're not the only county that's doing this. It's been held in Campbellsville, but it's been held in several counties throughout the state already. The goal of this program, which was initiated by Christy Nutzman from Clinton County, and she worked with the Extension Office down there, is working in cooperation with UK, and they are trying to gather data to make this program an evidence-based program and research-based as well.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to us today, Mr. Fry.
Thank you so much, Amanda. I appreciate you asking me to do this interview today with you.
All right.